I'm Rob Zombie, and I'm here in London for our gig tomorrow at Brixton. First time in 13 years, so that'll be good. Well, I mean, yeah, the new album, which isn't really that new anymore, I'm happy with it. I'm pretty much happy with all the records. And I really, when we go into the studio, we don't have any songs written. We do everything in the studio, just sort of write it that way. And it just kind of evolves. I don't really force records anymore. Back in the old days, you try to force songs a certain way, or let's make it super heavy, let's do this or that. I gave up on that a long time ago. Now it's just kind of like, it just kind of comes when it comes and dictates its own path. And I don't really think about it that much, actually, because really what happens with a record is you make a record, there's probably 3 songs that you ever play live, and the rest I forget about. So unfortunately, that's what's been happening for 25 years. Nothing really gets diluted in the writing process as far as collaboration goes, because it's not overly collaborative. I mean, maybe back in the day when I first started, where you have a band and you're into some delusion that the band has to be this perfect democracy and everybody has to put in their 2 cents, even if you know it's a bad idea. But you go with it. That's something that goes away. I mean, at this point, it's whatever's best for the record is the way that it goes. Well, putting the show together is a lot of work, obviously, because you want every second of the show to matter. I don't know if it's just me, because I feel like I have a short attention span, that I assume the audience has a short attention span. But when I go to a show, just by the nature of the word a show, I sort of expect a show. And I mean, I know some people that's just not their thing, and they just come out and they just play, and that can be completely captivating, of course. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that would even be better. But for what I do, what I've always wanted to do is I want a big show, and I want every song to almost be its own set piece, and the show to have ups and downs and different flows. Well, the way I kind of have always made the show is that the actual production is very structured, because it has to be, because you have the guys that are running the lights and the pyro and the video, and they can't wing it. They need to know what they're going to do. But because that is so structured, what the band actually does can be crazy. Like, we don't hit certain cues or marks, because then it would become like a Las Vegas show. Then it would be totally contrived. But we can be completely spontaneous within a completely structured setting, and to me, that's what works the best. The next movie I'm doing is called The Lords of Salem. It's really in no phase right now. We're just early pre-production. We're just starting. We'll start real pre-production in March, and then we'll start shooting in April. So I'll probably, right now I'm scheduled to start shooting the movie April 18th. It's a little bit crazy, because usually I do one or the other, but now I'm sort of playing these shows, answering emails about I'm trying to jump between the two, which was the plan, but it's a little bit schizophrenic, actually. After I finish shooting the movie, in June we're going to come back to Europe and do all the festivals, and then I'm going to go back to the States and edit the movie, and then we're going to go back on tour. I don't know what the hell we're doing. It's too much. I'm just trying to get through tomorrow.